Welcome to Coach Jason Reuter Show this week, brought to you by the BCHS Bearettes Network here at Bearettes High School, coming to you from Studio H12. Glad to have y'all with us today. We'll be talking with Coach Reuter here in just a moment. We've got a couple of young ladies, Bearettes, with him too. Coach, we'll let you go ahead and introduce them if you would.
Certainly. I've got two juniors here, Ashlynn Crittenden to my left, and then beside her we have Carsey Weber. These are two of our outstanding juniors in our program, not our only juniors, but the two that we brought on today, and I'm glad to have them here with me.
They play a lot of minutes for you, a lot of very important minutes. Well, we're down now to 5 district games and 1 non-district game left in the season. It's really rapidly grown by once we got it started. Has it gone how you'd envisioned it would go so far this season? I mean, you pleased with what you've got? I know you're always look to improve.
Well, we're 15-1. I can't complain about our record.
Ranked number 1 in the state.
Ranked number 1. You didn't plan on the, we talked about many times, you didn't plan on the COVID shutdown. We normally, instead of playing 16 games, we would be 23, 24 games. So it's hurt us a little bit there, going out of state and maybe getting tested at a Christmas tournament. So we went to Plan B. We were told we couldn't spend the night anywhere, so we had a couple games in Murfreesboro against top-notch teams, and then that got canceled. So, but I'm pretty pleased. We're healthy. These girls are healthy, and I just want to see how we finish the regular season. And we've talked about it a lot this week. We can't get complacent, and we got to stay hungry. And I would like to have had a few more battles against maybe even nationally ranked teams, but we can't change that. So all we can do is concentrate on the future.
Everybody's sort of in the same boat when it comes to that. But and tonight, for the first time now since back early in the season, we're going to have increased attendance. A third of the stadium, the arena. What's the latest that you understand on the seating for the folks that'll see this before tonight's game?
I'm understanding we're allowing 1/3 of the arena capacity, but I think maybe they're pushing the bleachers in behind the benches, so it may be 1/3 of the remaining seats.
But that's a lot of seats,
Yeah, I think
not as many as we'd like, but
somewhere between 500 and 600. Could that be an issue? It could be. Maybe a Bradley Cleveland matchup or Walker Valley, but.
Yeah.
I was talking to McMinn's coach by text yesterday. I don't think it'll be an issue tonight. We play McMinn County, and JV game starts at 3:30. The varsity girls at 6. And I will tell you this: the people that bought season passes, we will deduct those numbers off the top. So,
okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't want anybody to not get in because of the number, but. If you're thinking about coming tonight, I would advise you to probably get here early.
Yeah, and the game course will be on Mix 104, and as well be streamed by Mr. Schroyer and the students on the BCHS Bearettes Network on BCHS Bearettes Network. And remind you still have to wear a mask. Still going to have a temperature check coming in tonight, so be prepared for that. And please bring your mask, wear it in as you come in. Since our last program, you've played the 2 local schools and won both of those, and keeps on your district winning streak intact. And I know winning streaks are not what you're about. You're about preparing your team and your players for the postseason, and everything that you do preseason, throughout the season, building into that climax is to prepare your team. Your goal every year is to get to the state. I know you have a list of tournaments you want to win, like starting our Thanksgiving tournament, which got preempted this year, and so forth and so forth. But your goal is to get to the state and then figure out a way to win it, like we did 2 years ago. We are still the defending AAA state champions because we didn't have one last year, and I know that upset some people who didn't win it when we did, but nevertheless, it's preparing your players to win it. And those winning streaks we talk about, that's for the media to talk about. I talk about them on the radio, and Joe Can talks about that in the paper, and I'm sure it's not a big thing for you to mention, but it means something to us fans. But the ultimate goal is to figure out how you're going to get to Murfreesboro or wherever it's going to be held this year. It won't be Murfreesboro, but not in Middle Tennessee anyway. But figure out how to get there. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, we don't talk a whole lot about the winning streaks, do we, in the district girls? I mean, I do mention it occasionally, but
maybe
if you've got a streak going, that means you're winning and doing something right. But,
yeah.
What is it, 90?
90 in the district.
90 a row in the district. Like I've told a couple people, certainly they don't need any extra pressure about that. We need to play one. How many games do we worry about at a time? One game. And we're worried about McMinn County tonight. And then after that, we'll be worried about Saudi Days if we play them tomorrow. I don't know if you know that.
Right.
It's a makeup game. And
Oodawal Friday.
Oodawal Friday. So, all streaks will come to an end at some point, but this team, I can tell you, doesn't want to be the team that ends that district winning streak, 90 district games in a row. So, but the ultimate goal is to try to play for a state championship. If you lose a few games because you're playing great competition, that's just part of it. Mm-hmm. I would never try to schedule down to try to have a better record in the season and end up, costing you. That's the one thing I'm concerned that we did not play some of those teams that normally would, but we can't control that. Like you said, most teams are in the same boat. Not every team.
Right.
But we're one game at a time, and the ultimate goal, I'd much rather be 30-5 and a gold ball than 34-1 and get beat in semifinals of the region.
Like
Does that put it in a nutshell for you?
Well, go back 3 years ago, we were unbeaten, lost in the state, unbeaten the next year, lost in the state. Next year we went and lost 3 games regular season, but we lost some powerhouse teams.
Yeah, nationally ranked teams.
And we won the championship. That probably lets you focus on things, hey, they beat us at this point in our game, our inside game, our outside game, whatever. And that shows you your weaknesses, I'm sure, exposes some things.
Well, you got to be ready to play a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
We got to be, you could ask these two to my left here. We try to be prepared for a team that presses, team that zones, team that man-to-mans, team that half-court traps, team that likes to run, transition defense, team that plays slow. You got to be able to play any style you have to. If you don't,
yeah,
then you're going to run into somebody that you're not ready for, and they're going to knock you off.
Yeah, they really will. Let's bring the two Bearettes into the picture here now. Ashlynn Crittenden, I've seen you play since you were a freshman, and Carsey Weber, both are juniors. Carsey, the tallest of the two, I guess, aren't you? How tall are you? Let's find out. How tall are you?
Probably like 5'10" and a half, 5'11".
Pushing close to 6 foot.
Yeah.
And Ashlynn, what, 5'8", 5'9"?
Yeah, about 5'8".
And have you both peaked as far as getting taller, or?
I haven't grown in a while, probably since I got here, yeah. But, I grew fast and then.
Yeah, you were tall when you came in as a freshman there. Well, let's talk about let's start with Carsey. Tell us about your background. When did you first start playing ball? Where at?
I started playing basketball in first grade at Valley View Elementary School, and I played my whole years after there. And then I went to Lake Forest, played all 3 years there, and now I'm here at Bradley. This is my 3rd year.
Okay, that's good. Ashlynn?
I started in 2nd grade at Charleston Elementary School, and then I went to Ocoee and played 3 years there.
Okay, well, we're sure glad to have both of you. And I'll go back to Carsey. Your family, brothers and sisters?
I have one sister. She don't play any sports, but she goes to Lee, and then my mom and dad.
Okay, so she's old.
She's
How
a
about you?
homecoming queen here.
Yes.
Oh, really? At Lee?
Yeah. No,
right
here.
here.
Oh, here.
It was 2019.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I didn't know that. I forgot about it, Forget a lot of things nowadays.
Yeah. I have 2 sisters and a brother. They all went to Walker Valley. My sister played volleyball at Walker Valley.
You're the only smart one in the group, huh?
I guess so. Yeah. My brother played sports when he was younger, but it's kind of sad that my mom didn't think that he was good enough, so she kind of scared him out of playing in middle school. But now, everybody looks at him as he could have played any sport that he wanted to. But
speaking of other sports, do either one of you play other sports here at Bradley?
I play volleyball.
Volleyball?
I don't.
Carsey, you don't? What I always like to ask you, even with Coach here, what's the toughest thing about playing with this big guy here? I know he is. Here's what I see in this coach. No, you're good. I've seen this guy since he was coaching with Kent Smith as a varsity assistant boys coach. And then I've seen him as he's come into the girls program and been 11 years now. And he is a hard nose. He's old school. He don't make excuses. He don't take excuses from his players, or he don't make excuses for himself or his coaches or anything like that. Success obviously followed him. He knows what he's doing, and I know he's criticized by fans sometimes, by other schools could never beat him. You know, people who don't like you. Is the reason they don't like you because usually you're kicking their butt from here to there and back, you know. But from a player's viewpoint, is he hard to play for? Is he tough on you? I mean, I can answer that probably, but
That's a tough question.
put words in your mouth there, Ashlynn.
I think the hardest thing is listening. He tells us this like every day. He's like listening to his words, not his tone, and just being able to like, even though he's like in the moment, he'll be, you know, really mad. You just gotta listen to like the coaching that he's trying to tell you, and not just like the screaming that's coming out, which is definitely hard to do.
Well, yeah, and Carson.
Really put him on the spot here again.
Well, I mean, and we see
gotta be
that. I mean,
honest.
hey, let's be real here. He is hard nosed, and he will holler at you on the floor when he sees you not running the right play, or that he'll scream, "That's not what I called," or "What are you doing?" or, you know, or "Get her out of there," and stuff like that. But
He's pretty kind to me.
well,
I'm waiting for Carson.
yeah, Carson,
Well,
let him have it.
I mean, it's pretty much just like she said, like how much you push us. It's like what makes us good.
Yeah, that's what makes you better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a coach that don't care. He's not going to ever yell at you
Yeah.
or do anything, and you're going to have a sorry record probably. But proof's in the pudding, as they always say. But
I don't want to speak out of turn.
Go ahead,
I
yeah.
think, you know, I'm asking young ladies to sacrifice a lot. I mean, we practice on Sunday, not during church time, but in between services. And, you know, we lift weights. We practice hard. We don't ever go into the gym and just say, another day, you guys just shoot around and well, I'm gonna read the newspaper here. We go into practice every day with a plan, and we got routines. We try to mix some things up, but they pretty well know what's getting ready to happen when we step on the floor. I think the key is being consistent, and they got to know that I care about them if I'm going to coach them hard. So that's the big key, Gary, is if Ashlynn and Carsey thought that I didn't care about them, I don't think they'd play hard for me. So
No.
when this is all over, you know, we're trying to win a gold ball. There's a whole bunch of teams trying to win a gold ball. And when this is over, I hope there's more to it than just, yeah, we got good records. They're going to leave their careers here. They got another year. They're going to have great records, but I hope they're learning more than just basketball. They're learning life skills. I think being consistent every day. It's kind of like saving money. I'm not going to get rich in 1 year, but if I save money for 50 years, then I may have a big pile of money. So I think consistency, and these two would run through a wall for the Bearettes program, and that makes me get up every morning wanting to come do my job because of girls like these two right here. So I learn from them too.
I'm sure you do.
They don't yell at me, but I learn from them too.
Maybe under their breath they yell at you.
Oh, I'm sure.
But you're going to graduate. Say you're juniors. You got another year. You're going to graduate with less than 10 losses for your career. I mean, that'd be most teams lose 10 games in a season. You know, if you look around at the teams that we played. But that's neither here nor there, I don't guess. But are you a good practice player? I mean, is practice hard? I mean, do you like practice at the Carsey? I mean, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty intense, like every day, and you just got to give your all. That's what makes you better. So.
Well, I heard, I think it's Vince Lombardi say, perfect practice makes perfect play. If you can't do it in practice, you can't do it in game. And I think that's what coach and any coach looks at. You got to show him in practice what you can do before he trusts you to get out there on the court and do that. During the off season, I haven't asked this of anybody this year. What do you do once the season's over? Do you continue in the weight room lifting weights throughout the year, or do you give them a break from that, coach? Or
when the year is over, we take. There's a mandatory. You got to take a certain amount of days off, and then you can start back conditioning again. A lot of these girls go on and play AAU. I haven't solidified what exactly they're going to do as far as AAU, but Ashlynn also plays volleyball, so I don't know which. I think maybe you've tried to do. Have you tried to do both in the off season, volleyball and basketball?
Yeah.
And Carsey, I don't know her exact plans, but yeah, we take off about 3 weeks, and then we start back conditioning again. Of course, we're school's coming down towards an end, and then right at the end of school, we get 5 days of spring practice before school's out. We have to wait 21 days after our season, and I can pick any 5 days I want to practice.
Okay.
And normally I'd wait right towards the end of school, and then we go on through about June the 24th or 5th. There's something called the dead period. Last week of June, first week of July. Then after that, these girls, we have open facilities. A lot of them are on vacation in July or playing AAU basketball. Then we're back in school in August and we're hitting it again. I mean, they have a lot of time away from me, but there's not big chunks of, they don't get away from me for 3 months at a time.
Right.
You know, it's dead period. July, look, if you go on vacation in July, that's fine. We practice in July, but then I got so many of them in AAU, it's kind of hard to have the whole program here.
And they need that. That helps the program too. Something I always like to ask Carsey, and Coach will probably hear. So what would you like to do to improve your game, you know, your skill set or your whatever? You'll be thinking about this too, Ashlynn. I'm going to ask you next.
I definitely need to work on my defense. I got to get quicker, like doing that, and with my ball handling. You always got to work on your weaknesses, but you also have to work on your strengths too.
Yeah. Ashlynn?
For me, I've been working on my three-point shooting because we've been playing teams that keep playing a zone. So the three's going to be open a lot, so I need to be able to knock down my open threes. And so I'm better finishing it with my left hand, so I need to work on my right hand.
You're naturally a left-hander though. Right?
Yeah, so I'm left-handed, I shoot right-handed. It's kind of confusing, but
yeah.
Well,
I'm left-handed. I have to eat and write left-handed. That's about the only thing I can do left-handed though. Coach, you agree with their own self-assessment?
Yeah, you know, Carsey's, I could very easily say Carsey's probably our best three-point shooter, spot-up shooter. She's right. She's got to work a little bit on her lateral quickness and her left hand ball handling. Ashlynn Crittenden is probably our best anticipator on defense. Maybe thinking one step ahead.
Yeah, she's real active.
And she's right. A lot of teams are zoning us. A lot of people are collapsing and double teaming Anna Mahonen. And she's been staying after and getting up some extra shots. I noticed that kind of stuff. And I think he hit 2 big threes up at Walker Valley Friday night. But she's also able to drive the ball. And so I got 2 talented young ladies right here. And I hope they just keep, as long as they're trying to get better, they will get better. And as long as we got a bunch of girls doing that, the whole team will get better.
Well, the best thing about them both, they're juniors. They're back next year.
Yes.
So, you know, future looks strong for you there. I noticed you have your stat sheet there. Anything off the stat sheet jump out you'd like to comment about there? Or?
Well, no, I mean, we got,
Okay.
stats, you know, you can look at percentages, and Carsey's, like I said, our best three-point shooter. And you know, Ashlynn probably is leading us in maybe steals per minute played. So that tells you a lot about her anticipating what's getting ready to happen. So.
Well, looking at your season stats that I try to track unofficially, we're averaging about 58, 59 points per game and giving up 36 or something like that. I mean, that's an average win of 20 plus points.
We're averaging 58 and giving up 36.4. So
okay, so
that's
you'll take that anytime.
19.6, yeah.
Keeping that 36 points down there. I know you always say defense is what's going to take us to the gold ball. If we can win it, it'll be defense gets there. You look at our state tournament games the last few years. Last year, scores in the 30s and 40s, and the year before that, 30s and 40s. You don't go to the state tournament score 80 or 90 points on anybody hardly. The defense is what's going to get you there. It's going to win it for you.
What do we hang our hat on, girls?
Defense.
I mean, they know that. And now, trust me, if you can knock down some shots, your leash gets a little longer. I mean, I can, you know, if Ashlynn knocks down a couple shots, let's be honest here, if she misses a box out, I might. But if you're not knocking down shots and you're missing a box out or you're turning the ball over, then there's going to be a substitution.
Yeah.
They know that, but they're going to get another chance. But they also know that to get on the floor initially for me, you've got to be able to play defense. And if you can't do that, if you can't rotate within our system the way we play, then you're not going to get a chance to get any shots up because you're not going to be out there.
Well, with the deep bench, you can bring them in as wing players or outside shooters. Ashlynn on defense, and you've got, McKenna Miles can come in there and help you out. You've got shooters there. You got Siler Falcon who can come into the post play. So your team is deep. Obviously, it's been deep most of the time you've been here, but it looks like we're going to have a strong finish to the season, hopefully, barring injury, anything like that unforeseen. But we wish you girls the best of luck tonight. Men, tomorrow night at Saudi. It'll be a girls and girls doubleheader.
It's
JV.
3:30 and 5. It's girls only.
Yeah. Boys unplayed.
Boys already played. They canceled a couple weeks ago because of a COVID situation. So, I'm not exactly sure about Hamilton County's. I need to find out Hamilton County's policy on getting in down there. I need to find out today. So,
Okay.
maybe we'll send it out on Twitter. Anybody
All right.
follows us.
And we'll be on the broadcast tonight, so
Yeah.
let us know, and we
Yeah.
can talk about it then too, and everything. But then you've got Ottawa here Friday. Next Tuesday, you've got
Saudi Daisy.
Saudi Daisy, and then Thursday the makeup game with East Hamilton
On the road.
East Hamilton. Then we'll close out the regular season with a Saturday game with Knox Catholic girls.
I think we're going to do senior night at the Saudi Daisy game.
Okay.
The boys, we're going to play Warren County on that Saturday. I think Warren has maybe had a cancellation and had to use that date for another
Oh yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
And
That's a good move to do it on
I
Saturday night.
think we're going to do it, even though it's not our last home game.
Yeah.
But you can I'll let you know before the night, and you
Okay.
could announce that on the air.
Well, the other local schools have changed it too on both their schedules, I think, as well. But
Yeah.
we're going to wrap things up here from Bearettes Central High School, Studio H12. I've been your host, Gary Ownbey, for Coach Reuter Coach's Show this week, joined by a couple of juniors, Ashlynn Crittenden and Carsey Weber. I'd like to remind everybody tonight we will have increased attendance. 1/3 capacity of Jim Smitty Arena will be allowed to enter. You will need to wear a face mask. You will have your temp check as you enter. These broadcasts will be on the BCHS Bear Network on Facebook as well as YouTube. Until next time, we'll say God bless for now and go Bears and Bearettes.